Hi, JJ.
Hi, Mom.
So, I want to ask you, what is the fun part about having an African parent?
The way they imitate you, the way it's so funny, like the way they, when you make an excuse to an African parent, you're either gonna get three responses. One, insulted. Two, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh,
Was
whoosh, a whooping. Three, you could get like a funny response, like you could get imitated, like something they say can trigger your sense of humor. I know that's happened to me many times before. With you, but mostly with Grandma though, because like,
give an example.
well, when I was younger, like one of my closest friends, like we would go, like, but this is like back in like Little Canada, Minnesota, and and like when you know what I'm talking about. We come over to our house, and like we were like 3, 4, 5 years old at the time, and I remember Grandma was telling us to go to sleep or like take a nap or something. We made an excuse. She denied the excuse. She like shrugged it off, and we were like, yeah. We started crying. Right? She started going, go to sleep.
She imitates you.
Yeah, she. No, and as I got older, she kept on doing like imitating the way I spoke, like, but now I'm way better at like controlling my reaction to it. But what I mean by that is she would have a way of getting under my skin, but not like annoying, and not like in an annoying way, but like in a humor way. Like she'd find a way to trigger the laughing part of my brain. I don't know how she would do it, but she'd make the most unfunny sounding things get to my laughing part of my brain. I don't know how she did it. I don't know. I have no idea. But even when I say like water, she'll try to imitate me. Like every time she asks me for water now, she'll say, "JJ," instead of what that, she'll say, "Give me water. Give me water." She would try to get like, and I'm better at avoiding the laughter now, but I would try to hide the smile since I was younger. Since I was younger, I tried to hide the smile.
What about being sarcastic? Like African parents are we're really
That's
sarcastic,
not funny. It's just annoying.
It's really annoying though. Because obvious
Well,
things
well,
like
well. Actually, hold on. One thing. The thing um, where you say, "My friend," when you're
oh,
really
when I'm
annoyed.
talking to you and I say, my friend, look.
Uh huh.
then, then I don't mean that you're my friend for real. It's like me trying to warn you, like, hey.
It's like, it's like saying "my friend" to someone as an African parent. I mean, I feel like it's a way of saying, "I'm your parent, not your friend. Now listen to me." But they're coincidentally saying "my friend." I
My
don't know
friend,
why.
sit down.
My friend. Sit-
That one is really funny, and the one I know that gets you that you know it now is when I say take that and put it away. You ask me where do I put it?
on my head. That was annoying.
I always say on my head. It used to be annoying to you, but now you get it and you tell me, Mom, where do I put this? And please don't say on your head. You kind of go with
No,
that
no, no,
now.
no. If you say on my head, I'll just be like, okay, I'll find out where to put it myself.
That's sarcastic.
Or like, so then one time I grabbed something for Grandma, right? I grabbed something for her, and I said, now when she was done with it, I said, okay, do I put this back in like the garage or the pantry, wherever I got it from? And she's like, no, no, put it in my bedroom. Okay, the pantry it is. Thank you, Grandma. It's that simple. The pantry it is.
They tell you something completely different from what you're expecting, but that's the fun about growing up with African parents, right?
Luckily, I can understand it.
Mm.
I'm very grateful to be able to understand it.
Mm-hmm. Are you grateful to be able to understand Pidgin, for example?
Yes, actually, yes. And
Yeah.
I'm even more grateful that you and Grandma took the time to learn English so that you can communicate with
You
me
took the
now.
time to learn English.
I mean, you had to take time, just like I'm taking time to learn Pigeon, and I think I owe that to you.
So, Hafa,
I did fine.
how your day pass? Your day pass fine.
I did pass fine.
You make like say fine, like say not really like I'm fine, but because Vikings they know in way the back, you still feel some kind, some kind. You still feel bad say Vikings they know win.
No.
They worry you.
Same like Cameroon football.
Cameroon football where they win, they lost, and they win, they lost, and you can't vex. And so you feel now,
I don't vex.
You don't
plenty,
vex.
plenty.
You don't vex plenty.
Plenty.
If you get for talk for Vikings coach Kevin O'Connor, talk for you 70.
Can I go back to English now?
You can, but hey,
Well,
I'm gonna edit this.
I'm trying to say that. How do I say like? What would be the best pigeon way, but like a nice way to talk to Kevin O'Connell?
Kevin O'Connor, we like you, but Master don't vex. Say Vikings lost.
Kevin O'Connell, we appreciate you.
We like
but
you.
We the vex.
But we the vex. Because Vikings they lost.
Because Vikings they lost. Correct.
But we'll still support you.
But we still support you.
I will still support Vikings.
Correct. I don't like how I'm saying correct so much. But yeah, I think the benefit of having an African parent is you can relate to them on ways that American children, like fully American children, can't relate to their parents. And as much as there's like tough love in it, so much tough love, there's also humor that comes out of it. And I know Grandma. I've definitely seen Grandma laugh after a few interactions with her and I. That's definitely the case many times. Grandma definitely is good at showing the tough love, but she's also equally as good at showing the humor too. I love the humor from her. You know, I think the tough love is because she really sees how great I can do in life. So obviously, all parents have different ways of showing how much they really love their child, but, you know, as long as they love me, you know, as long as you love me.
And when she calls you Oga, what does that mean?
That's you, not her.
Oga.
I've never heard her call me Oga before. Oga. I've never heard her call me that before. That's you. Like it's like when you're like, or like it's similar to like okay. It's like. Oga is like, alright, dude. I get it. Alright, I get it.
Like, alright, mister.
Relax, mister. Yeah.
Now, do you sometimes just imagine what would be the reaction in certain situations if it was an African parent involved? Let's say you are in school and somebody does something and you think, if that was my African parent, they would think differently or they would do something differently. Like, do we just look at you and you just think that I'm in trouble? I'm not in trouble.
Like when kids, like, don't say hi back to adults that really care for them. Like their parents or whatever. Like
when an adult walks in and a kid doesn't stand up and give them a seat.
That's one thing. I never really thought much of the adult not giving their seat to a kid. I feel like that's just like, I feel like in African cultures, like kids need to give their lives to adults. They need to give their entire...
It's not giving their life. It's a respect thing.
A little too
because
much,
imagine that your grandmother is 70 years old. She walks into a room.
Okay, that is very
14 years old and her knees are giving way. You need to get up for her to sit. It's a respect thing and a way to say, I get it that you cannot stand for too long. Here's a seat.
Yeah, no, but she's 70, and she needs assistance in a seat.
That's what I'm saying.
That I know, but like a regular adult, like let's say he's like, even
if it's me, I'm very healthy, strong enough. I can stand for 10 hours. But if I walk in, I'm supposed to give me your seat. Yes.
The problem is, actually there is no problem.
Exactly
that I want to mention here.
All right, Titi.
But in all seriousness, like I think American kids do need to show better regard for the presence of their adults. I feel like, yes, even African kids and African parents at rare times can't get into arguments, but like, I feel like American kids sometimes don't give their parents a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like they tend to like walk out over the simplest things sometimes, or like, that's the kind of person that I intend not to be like. And the kind of person that I intend to be like is, you know, an adult says hi to me. Well, hopefully an adult that I care for, or no, like an adult that I care about, an adult that cares for me. I'm obviously saying hi back. And when I shake, when I shake hands with other African adults that I know very well, and even if I don't know them very well, it's two hands. I shake them. I'm like, "How are you?" But then I go like, I use my other hand too. Like let's
So
kind of like this. Let's see. I go like, "How are you?" I use my other hand. Like
right.
it's a respect and a support thing. That's
Yeah.
very important for our culture.
So you hope to grow up and use both cultures in certain situations where you need to use that, but the other culture you would use it.
Yeah, I'm
It's
glad.
like handing something to an adult just with one hand, like here you go.
Yeah, it's another support and respect thing. But another thing that I really like about all this is the fact that I can relate to both sides, you and to my American side. That's what I love about this. It's a huge advantage for life. It's a huge advantage to understand what others are saying. Like I can look at American comedy, African comedy, even African American comedy, and know what it is, and know the difference between all of them. And like that's what I love about all that. That's what I love about how I can interpret the two very differently, but know when to use one or the other.
Or the other. Talking about comedy, you love, love, love Emanuela comedy.
Oh my god, my childhood,
And
my childhood. Wow.
Yeah, your child as if you're all grown up.
I'm not all
Remember-
grown up, but like my childhood was like when I was like 5
I
years
get
old
it.
to
I
10
get
years
it.
old.
And then you began imitating her a lot. She and what's the other
Success,
Success. And the one that I remember very well is when the uncle refused to give them food.
Oh my god, yeah.
Can you remind me of what you would say, Uncle? You wicked, wicked.
Uncle, yeah, wicked. Yeah, very wicked. I agree. I'm wicked. I agree. I'm a very wicked man. Yeah, that's what he would say. And he would imitate her. He'd be like, "I'm wicked. I'm very wicked." All that. Like he'd very like and oh my god, in America, like there were like some fun wizards and stuff, and like fun like even like fun witches and with magic and stuff. In Africa, oh my god! If I mention even the word W and use it in wizard, witchcraft, wizard, Jesus Christo, they can't accept that there are good wizards and bad wizards in movies and shows and stuff. No, they are all bad. They are all bad. If I were to show one of my Cameroonian relatives Harry Potter, they would not like it in any way possible. Oh my god, magic is not like
Back to sender.
back to the yeah. Most definitely. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm not actually upset with that. They have their own beliefs, but there is a such thing as getting too superstitious. There is a such thing as being too religious, and that's something that I don't really want to get into because we all have our different beliefs. But oh my god, the witches and wizards, don't mention that to African tribes, please.
Anyway, I'm your African parent. I'm not going anywhere, and you're stuck with your African culture. So, but you like it, right? It's good to have the two perspectives.
So there's one more thing I need to talk about.
Okay.
I remember Week 12 of the 2022 NFL season. The Minnesota Vikings were playing the New England Patriots in Minnesota. It was Thanksgiving night. The football game was happening. The amount of African terms you were saying. Oh my god.
Pala pala.
Yes, exactly. Pala pala. You wanna know what that means? It means it's like pala pala is like unorganized, like rough housing. Unorganized rough housing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how football is, but like, oh my god. It was like the beginning of the game. Pala 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 pala. Oh, look at the coach. You said something about the coach in an African way. Then you said when the game was like 16-16, the tie game, the game is starting. Oh my god, Mom, I'm watching American football. I'm watching American football. And back then that would annoy me so much, but now I can just like look back on it and be like, whoa.
And now you agree that sometimes in American football there's pala pala.
There is definitely like I've seen a lot of that. Like when Sam
Even you told me yesterday, my mom, that's pala pala right there.
Yeah, when Sam Darnold got sacked, and a lot of bodies were in the area, that was definitely pala pala in African language. But in all seriousness, I feel that whether you're African, American, Asian, we're all human. Parents are different, and parents, as long as they love their kids with all their heart and soul and mind, I don't see what could go wrong. But obviously, you give birth to a child, you don't give birth to their heart, sadly. I got that one from you. But you know what? Evil isn't born, it's made.
Let's be kind to people.
Kind of people, correct. Thank you for all you do, Mom. And I'll do something to thank you, in a special way when I'm, I guess, this age. 18. I don't know if it says 81,
He gave me
but
his
it's
first
backwards.
paycheck.
I'm still debating that, but yeah.
Go Vikings.
Skull Vikings.